Okay, let's welcome our next guest, retired Army Lieutenant Colonel James Carafano. Colonel, great to have you on.
Thanks.
Okay, the news just moments ago, President Trump said this at the White House press conference just moments ago. Nobody knows where the North Korean communist dictator Kim Jong-un is. He's saying that, quote, I have a good idea of what is going on. The president said you're going to hear about that shortly. There's escalating speculation coming out of Japan and South Korea that the North Korean dictator is in a vegetative state from a botched surgery operation on his heart. Your reaction to that?
Yeah, it's like we're playing a giant game of Clue here. So here's the two things we do know. One is obviously the president knows something or has some intelligence, and obviously he's sending a signal. He isn't worried. I think that's important. The other thing I think is key is, look, our strategy works regardless of who's in charge of North Korea. It's still maximum pressure, nuclear deterrence, missile defense, conventional deterrence, sanctioning, blocking North Korea, and then pressing them to denuclearize. So I think we're in good shape here, regardless of what the truth comes out. And I don't think we're in crisis mode with North Korea.
Right. So South Korea is denying the reports that due to a stent operation, the North Korean communist dictator Kim Jong-un is in a vegetative state, denying that. Right. The president is saying we're going to hear what actually the story is. Now, this could be in North Korea. It's a story of succession. This is a patriarchal state. Men lead the country. All eyes have turned to Kim Jong-un's sister and his closest confidant, Kim Yo-young. She has gained international attention. She runs a propaganda machine for North Korea. She's just as ruthless. Look at the images of her. She was sitting next to the vice president at the 28 Winter Olympics in Pyeongchang. Your reaction to this?
Well, look, we've had 3 changes of power in North Korea. They've all been relatively stable. That's the only real data we have. So presuming how we think a transition would work, we just don't know. And the other thing is regardless of who's in charge, the cadre of people that are running this country only have one vital interest, and that's to keep themselves in power. So I just don't see scenarios right now, and we have no evidence for that we're going to see any kind of catastrophic change in the leadership of North Korea, regardless of the state of Kim's health or not.
All right, so let's stay with this, because this is a major breaking story. What is going on in North Korea? There's talk that maybe China would step in and take over North Korea if in the event that there's a catastrophic. I hear what you're saying. This leader, the regime is known for massive human rights abuses. Kim Jong-un's sister has been sanctioned for just that. She pushes North Korea propaganda. She does rigid censorship. So what you're saying is, regardless of this inhumane and oppressive behavior, that will still continue no matter who the leader is, right? That's to be believed, right? Oh, yeah. It's like the old Saturday Night Live, cartoon, thing of what do you want, Coke or Pepsi? It doesn't matter because it tastes the same. We're not going to see big shifts. And if you think about it, the reason for that is this country is built in a very weird way. It's all designed to keep a couple of people in porno films and Chevrikis, whiskey. They can't take big risky changes and without putting themselves at risk. So it's very unlikely that we're going to see a dramatic shift. And that's what I've always loved about the president's strategy is it's designed to work no matter who's in charge, because it's not predicated on what the North Koreans do. It's designed to protect us from the worst things they might do. What do you think happened to Kim Jong-un? What do you seriously think is going on?
That's a great question, because it's exactly the wrong question for people to ask, because I've heard people answering this question all day long, and it's literal speculation. You might as well ask what the Chinese are doing on the backside of the moons. We simply don't know. I mean, the United States might have hard intelligence, but we're just guessing. And this kind of speculation, it really doesn't inform us so much as anything. And again, the point is it's irrelevant, because North Korea is probably going to be a very similar actor a week from now than it is today.
Okay, Colonel Carafano, thanks for joining us. We really appreciate it.
Hey, thanks for having me.